Hello everyone, this is Mr. Recap Movies here, and today we're going to be talking about an adventure, comedy, horror movie called Anaconda. Be ready for some spoilers ahead. The story kicks off deep in the Amazon rainforest, where a woman named Anna and her partner are searching for a boat to continue their journey. Strange noises suddenly echo through the jungle. It's just a monkey, but the moment feels ominous. Anna turns to her companion and warns him that whatever lies ahead is going to change their lives forever. She pushes forward alone, unaware that someone is watching her. Two figures trail her through the trees. Anna breaks into a run, but before she can escape, one of her pursuers is suddenly yanked away by a massive anaconda. The movie then smash cuts to a very different setting. A man named Doug is passionately pitching what he thinks is an epic action horror sequence, only to be interrupted by a confused couple. This isn't a movie pitch at all, it's their wedding video. Doug insists they said they were horror fans and thought this would be something special, but the couple shuts him down fast. They want romance, not an anaconda. Elsewhere, an actor named Griff is rehearsing lines and makeup, giving it his absolute all. Unfortunately, he's just a background actor, and his over-the-top performance earns him an immediate firing. On his way out, Griff notices a poster for Anaconda. At the same time, he gets a voicemail from Doug, who says he ran into Griff's mom. And apparently, he thinks Griff just landed a huge role. Doug tells him he's proud. Doug, meanwhile, is dealing with his own frustrations. His father sits him down and admits this life was never Doug's dream, but it's stable. His dad is retiring soon, and everything will eventually belong to Doug. It's a solid life, maybe even a B+ life. Unfortunately, it's also Doug's birthday, and he doesn't feel like celebrating. He heads home anyway and walks straight into a surprise party. His friends Kenny and Claire are there, and to Doug's complete shock, so is Griff. Griff pulls out an old short film the four of them made as kids, The Quatch. Doug can't believe a copy still exists. Everyone watches it, laughing and reminiscing, especially at the ending where Griff's character kills the monster and saves the day. The next morning at a restaurant, Griff drops a bombshell. He owns the rights to Anaconda. The original movie was based on a novel by a Japanese author, and the author's widow, apparently a fan of Griff's brief run on SWAT, signed the rights over to him. Now Griff wants the group to reboot Anaconda together. Kenny is instantly in. Claire tries to dodge the idea, but Griff eventually wins her over. Doug hesitates. He apologizes and says he can't do it. Griff reminds him of the old days, staying up until 4 a.m. watching horror movies, dreaming about making one themselves. Now they finally have the chance, but Doug shakes his head. They're not kids anymore. That night, Doug comes home to find his son watching The Quatch. His wife gently pushes him to follow his passion. While editing yet another wedding video, something finally clicks. Doug drives straight to Griff's place and says the words that change everything. Let's do it. Let's reboot Anaconda. Doug starts writing immediately. To pull this off, they'll need a riverboat, a local captain, and $2.5 million. The bank approves them for $9,400. So they slash the budget down to $43,000 and get creative. Doug and Griff decide the movie needs more than just a giant snake. They weave in themes of generational trauma. Shockingly, everyone loves the script. Kenny apologizes for past mistakes, including the infamous wedding where he got drunk and fell face-first into a cake. He promises he's sober now mostly, just beer and wine. Doug reluctantly gives him another chance. As they leave for the Amazon, Doug's son hands him a small trophy. Instead of World's Greatest Dad, it reads Greatest Doug. The crew arrives in the Brazilian rainforest. Doug casually mentions that he read anacondas can wait motionless in the water for days before striking. Almost on cue, a man approaches and tells them a horrifying story about a snake that once squeezed a woman so tightly her eyes popped out. That woman, he says, was his grandmother. Meet Santiago, the snake handler Kenny hired. He introduces them to his beloved anaconda, Ader, whom he treats like family. The group is stunned by its size. Santiago also hints that even bigger anacondas may be lurking nearby. When Ader's cage is loaded onto the boat, it cracks open just slightly. Anna is here too, and so are the men chasing her. Spotting them, Anna grabs a knife. Just then, Anna finds the keys to a sleeping man's boat. She takes them and approaches Doug's crew, claiming that they spoke to her father on the phone and he's currently in the hospital. She says she needs to take this boat for a routine service, so they'll have to find another one, but every other boat is booked. Doug tells Anna that they've dreamed of making this film together their entire lives. So, Anna hurries everyone onto the boat and takes off. Everyone else loves the boat, but the men searching for Anna track down which boats left the port. That evening, Doug asks everyone to pray to the movie gods. He tells them to ask for basically one thing: don't let anything get ruined. The next day, filming begins. In the movie within the movie, Claire's character hires an unhinged snake tracker, played by Griff, to hunt down a mythical anaconda that wiped out her entire family. For Doug and Griff, this project means everything. They always dreamed of working together. Claire and Griff, who dated years ago, now have to play lovers again, bringing old feelings back to the surface. Doug compliments Claire and Griff's on-screen chemistry. Later that night, over dinner, the crew starts joking around, pretending to headbutt an imaginary anaconda. Everyone's laughing, until the real horror sneaks in. That same night, the anaconda slips out of its crate and silently slithers through the camp, passing dangerously close to everyone's beds. It stops right beside Griff. Griff wakes up, spots the snake, and completely loses it. His scream jolts everyone awake. He demands answers, but Santiago calmly insists everything is under control. He swears his snake only does what he commands and promises no one is in danger. The next day, Anna studies a jungle map while filming continues. Griff is scheduled to shoot a scene with the anaconda and is absolutely terrified. He begs Doug to call it off, but Doug reassures him that Santiago has everything handled. During the scene, Griff has to hold the snake inches from his face and stare into its eyes. Panic takes over. He throws the anaconda away, straight into the boat's propeller. The snake is shredded. Santiago is devastated. It's like half his soul leaves his body. He's so broken that he refuses to even look at Kenny during the snake's funeral. Doug sends Griff away. Santiago gives his fallen friend a fiery funeral, singing mournfully as it burns. Nearby, the men hunting Anna watch the crew from a distance, until one of them hears something moving beneath the water. A massive anaconda suddenly erupts upward and devours him whole. Later, Griff finds Santiago to apologize. He shares that he once lost a friend too, and the pain never really leaves. Santiago asks if the friend was a snake. The two sit together and share a beer. Griff opens up about his failing acting career. Santiago tells him they don't deserve him. He's a star. Drunk and emotional, Santiago declares he'll find a new snake for the movie. He drags Griff into the jungle in the dead of night, insisting he can feel them nearby. Snakes, he explains, sense vibrations through the ground. Every step they take draws them closer. They split up. Griff turns around, and Santiago is gone. Panicking, Griff runs. Elsewhere, Santiago is grabbed from beneath the water by something massive. Griff races back to camp and tells Doug everything. Doug insists Santiago will return with an even bigger snake, but if he doesn't, they'll go after him. After an hour passes with no sign of Santiago, Griff spirals. Meanwhile, Kenny has taken Santiago's pills and starts rambling incoherently. Doug finally calls it. They're going to find Santiago. Deep in the jungle, they stumble upon an old camper van. At the same time, the men hunting Anna realize she's no longer on the boat and head into the jungle after her. The crew hides inside the van when Griff hears something outside. A dead body slams onto the roof, followed by the appearance of a gigantic anaconda. Anna yells that they need to leave, but the van won't start. Kenny says the relay probably blew and it's under the hood, but he can't fix it. His vision is blurry. Doug snaps at him, reminding him he said he was getting sober. Griff and Doug argue over who has to go outside. In the end, Doug does it. He quietly opens the hood, hoping the snake won't notice, but the second it slams shut, the anaconda attacks. Doug barely makes it back inside. The snake is enormous, more dinosaur than animal. Suddenly, a group of bikers charges toward them. Anna warns them not to stop. They're illegal gold miners. The miners open fire on the van. Anna pulls out a gun and shoots back. Somehow, they escape and make it back to the boat. But a man is waiting there with a gun, demanding to know where Anna is. She sneaks up behind him and takes him down. Anna tells the group she can get them out if they keep heading north. Doug just wants to go home, but Griff refuses to leave empty-handed. Doug looks at the small award his son gave him, *Greatest Doug*, and gets an idea. He rewrites the script to include Anna. The next day, Doug pitches it. What if, while hunting the anaconda, they cross paths with a total badass trying to expose illegal gold miners? Now the movie has two threats, the snake and the miners. Everyone loves it. Griff declares it could be an awards contender. Doug agrees. They're finishing the movie. Anna joins the film, but this new direction sidelines Claire and Griff's characters, and neither of them is happy. The next day, when Doug calls for Griff, he hasn't even showered. Bitter and angry, Griff suggests they might as well rename the movie Anaconda. He reminds Doug that without him, Doug would still be filming wedding videos. Just then, a massive boat passes by. It's a real crew shooting an official Anaconda reboot. The truth comes out. Sony owns the rights, not Griff. Doug explodes. Griff admits he lied because it was the only way Doug would make the movie with him. Doug fires him. Griff snaps back that Doug can't fire him. He already quit. Griff storms off, hops into a small boat, and takes off. Claire tries to stop him, but he won't listen. He heads toward the Sony boat, only to find it completely destroyed. A girl screams for help, but before Griff can react, the Anaconda swallows her whole. Back at camp, Doug decides to keep shooting without Griff. Plans change, that's filmmaking. But then Anna pulls a gun on them and orders them off the boat. She marches Doug, Claire, and Kenny deep into the jungle. Griff returns to the boat later and finds everyone gone. The only thing left behind is a gun. Deeper in the jungle, Anna forces them to pull heavy bags from the water. Inside gold. Anna is the real miner. A man suddenly appears and points a gun at her. He's a cop who's been tracking her. From a distance, Griff doesn't realize this and shoots him. Doug yells that Griff just shot a cop. Anna grabs the gun and finishes the job. She holds the others at gunpoint, but Claire snatches the weapon away from her. At that exact moment, the Anaconda bursts from the water and swallows Anna whole. Everyone runs. A spider bites Doug. He collapses, unable to move. Kenny looks down at him and says the only solution is to pee on the bite. Griff admits he's completely dehydrated. Kenny says he can't do it either. He's pee shy and can't go in public. Everyone starts cheering him on, telling him to let it flow. Kenny agrees, but only if he has a chair. He can only pee sitting down. So Griff becomes the chair. After an absurd amount of effort, Kenny finally pees on Doug. Everyone cheers like they just won an Oscar. As they push forward, Doug confesses to Griff that he's always been jealous of him. For chasing the dream Doug never had the courage to pursue. But the moment barely lands before chaos strikes. The Anaconda lunges out and swallows Doug whole. Everyone runs. Griff is shattered. He tricked Doug into coming out here, and now Doug is dead because of him. Kenny says there's a wide open field ahead with the boat on the other side, but crossing it would leave them totally exposed. They need a distraction. Just then, they hear movement nearby. The Anaconda is close. That's when they find Doug's body. Kenny checks his pulse, then calmly suggests Doug be the distraction. If they strap a boar to his back, it'll make him harder to swallow. While the snake focuses on Doug, the others can escape. Kenny straps the boar onto Doug and shoves a squirrel into his mouth, claiming snakes love squirrel meat. They drag him into the field and start running. The Anaconda goes for Doug, but suddenly, Doug's eyes snap open. He's alive. The others scream from afar as Doug takes off running with the snake right behind him. Miraculously, Doug keeps dodging the Anaconda. Then the boar wakes up and starts attacking him. Before it can do much damage, the Anaconda swallows the boar straight off Doug's back. Doug survives. He immediately asks whose idea it was to put the squirrel in his mouth. Kenny tries to call it a group decision, but Doug isn't buying it. They press on and stumble into the remains of the Sony reboot set, completely destroyed. Griff finds a walkie-talkie and gets a response. A flare suddenly shoots past the Anaconda, and the voice on the other end reveals himself, Ice Cube. He explains that after the snake attack, his entire crew scattered. Doug says they need to kill the Anaconda before it kills them. They ask Ice Cube how the script planned to end it, but there was no ending. They started filming with only half a script. All Ice Cube knows is that the area is rigged with pyrotechnics. Luckily, Kenny knows how to ignite them. Ice Cube says he has to find his fellow castmates Jay, Lowe, and Stoltz. But before he goes, everyone asks for a selfie. They take a group photo, and Ice Cube hands them a gun. The plan is set. Claire will power the generators. Kenny will handle the cameras. Doug and Griff will lure the Anaconda into the pyro zone and blow it up. Doug and Griff jump into a golf cart. The Anaconda charges, first from behind, then from the side. The chase is on. Just as the snake enters the pyro field, Griff hits the button. Nothing happens. Kenny realizes too late. He forgot to turn the system on. A split second later, the pyrotechnics finally ignite. The Anaconda is engulfed in flames. Everyone celebrates. But it's not over. The Anaconda is still alive, and the golf cart hits a dead end. The massive snake slithers toward them. Griff steps forward with the gun, mirroring the final moment from The Quatch, the movie they made as kids. He fires the flare gun into an explosive. The Anaconda detonates with the explosion, pieces its body apart, but its head is still moving and tried to attack Griff. Doug finishes it off by stabbing the snake's head with a small award his son gave him. The Anaconda is dead. They survived. Later, they released their unauthorized film. Since it's illegal, it never gets theatrical distribution. Sony immediately slaps them with a cease and desist. Claire and Griff end up getting married, and they let Doug direct their wedding video. Later, a woman visits Doug. She loved his unauthorized films so much that she wants him to direct the authorized Anaconda reboot. The movie ends. So what do you guys think about this movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my video, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.